Hey, what's up, y'all? I know y'all ain't heard this voice in a minute. It's your boy J Raw from the J Raw Wrestling Podcast, repping the One Struggle Podcast Network. And I know it's been a good while. You know, we've been through a lot, especially with the pandemic, but I'm here to do a recap for the NXT Takeover that was yesterday, which was October the 4th, that took place at a new setup that they decided to do at the Performance Center. Throwback that Vince McMahon did ode to his father, called the Capitol Wrestling Center. Alright, but before we get started, you know I gotta hurry up and get my shout outs out the way. First and foremost, you know I gotta shout my big bro out, DJ Hardcore from DJ Hardcore Productions. Got something cooking up very soon, so y'all guys stay tuned. Also wanna plug, well, of course, the lifetime sponsor of one of my jobs. That's another reason why y'all ain't hear from me. That's the Lucky Well. They just opened up a new spot on 10th of Spring Garden, so make sure y'all go check them out. Alright, and of course, shouting out Russell Cave. Shout out my boy Geech. Congratulations on the nuptials. Him and Dirty Case, they both just got married. So I want to give big up congratulations to two of my brothers from Russell Cave. You know, jumping the broom, that's a huge accomplishment. You know, hopefully someday your boy do that, but that's here nor there. Y'all only here to hear about the wrestling, not about my life. But yo, stay tuned. The Music and Sports Show is coming. DJ Hardcore assured me of that. So just stay posted, guys. We get ready to bring it to y'all real soon. I just meant to say via Zoom, but it's going to be coming real soon. And shout out the Facebook groups, like I said, the Russell Cave, True Hills, Russell Marks Worldwide, and all the other wrestling Facebook groups your boys in. And before I get started, I just want to take about a 10-second bell salute to some of the people that passed, a lot of people that passed, not just from COVID, but just in general that we lost. You know, between Kobe and Chad Boswick, the Black Panther, you know, it's been a lot going on since your boy blessed the mic with the wrestling podcast. So, like I said, we're going to take a 10-second bell salute to in memoriam for everybody we lost. Alright, so without further ado, like I said, I'm here to do the NXT Takeover 31 recap from yesterday, which was October the 4th, 2020, and it was live coming from the Capitol Wrestling Center. Alright, so the show opens up with a video package from the there mentioned Capitol Wrestling Center. Alright, now after the video package, we start off hot with the opening match, which was the North American Championship match. We had Damian Priest, the champ, going up against Johnny Gargano. Now immediately Johnny goes right after Damian Priest before Damian drops him with a spinning heel kick before hitting Johnny with punches to the midsection in the corner. Damian whips Johnny across the ring before Priest counters and Gargano escapes, and Johnny counters the reckoning. Priest grounds Johnny with a Greco-Roman knuckle lock before slipping up on an old school, and Johnny traps him in the ropes. Johnny sends Damian over the top rope and crashing onto the floor before sending him into the barricade with a suicide dive. Then Johnny sends Priest into the barricade before hanging him up in between the second and the bottom rope and hitting him with a diving knee for a 2. Then Priest counters with a tornado DDT and stomps Johnny before kicking Johnny and hitting the the jumping flatliner. Now Priest hits several jumping back elbows in the corner before hitting the broken arrow for 2. Johnny counters a razor's edge into a sunset flip for 2 before focusing on the leg of Priest before they exchange strikes. Now Johnny ducks a whirlwind kick and sends Priest into the post before sending him out into the ring. Johnny counters the South of Heaven before Priest kicks his legs out and he crashes off the top apron and down on the floor. Priest hits a razor's edge on the edge of the apron for 2 before Johnny ducks another kick and chop blocks him. Priest clothesline Johnny and calls for the reckoning before Johnny goes for the Gargano escape. Johnny hit a Shirushi into a sliding forearm in the back of the neck before mocking Priest and countering South of Heaven into a pin attempt for a near fall. Priest counters one final beat into the South of Heaven for a near fall before Johnny rolls across the ring and out of it to avoid a dive by Priest. Now Priest hits a flipping senton over the post and Johnny grabs the security, using them to avoid the dive. Johnny low blows Priest and rolls him back inside for a near fall before Johnny locks in the Gargano escape. Now Priest nearly taps before crawling to the bottom rope for the break before Johnny repeatedly knees him in the shoulder. Johnny and Damian try to send each other out of the ring and on top of the steps at ringside until Johnny repeatedly super kicks Priest. Priest then counters one final beat into the reckoning for the pin, and then you have it. In the winner, Damian Priest retains his North American champion and go over Johnny Gargano with a pinfall. Now, like I said, this was the quote-unquote curtain jerker, the opening match, and it was pretty good. It was definitely a good opening match to get the card hot. All right, so next up, we see the Undisputed Era arriving at the arena earlier today. Then we get a video package for Kushida and Velveteen Dream ahead of their match, which is next up. All right, so next up we got Kushida versus the Velveteen Dream. Now Kushida attacks Dream out of nowhere when he makes his entrance before Kushida nearly throws a chair at him. The match starts and Kushida takes Dream down the mat before sending Dream out of the ring. Kushida hits a rolling kick before hitting a running arm breaker before Dream stops and drops a toe hold. Kushida takes Dream down by his arm before stabbing his arm into the mat. Dream comes back and sends Kushida out of the ring before diving an axe handle off the top. Dream then tosses Kushida back into the ring and drops him with an uppercut for 1 before hitting a Bronco Buster in the corner. Kushida comes back with a forearm and Dream counters a handspring back elbow into a sleeper. Dream gets free before Kushida locks in a belly down arm bar before Dream hits the Dream Valley Driver. Dream hits the Purple Rainmaker for 2 before nearly turning Kushida inside out with a wrist lock clothesline. Dream goes back up to the top before Kushida meets him and hits the flying hoverboard lock. Dream then nearly taps before getting into the ropes and hitting a second DVD, but Kushida holds on and locks the hoverboard lock for the tap to win. And there you have it, Kushida going over via submission with the hoverboard lock over the Velveteen Dream. Now, Kushida locks in an armbar after the match before he's made the stop by officials, before immediately locking in the hoverboard lock once more. Kushida then finally releases the hold and leaves into the back, and then we go to commercial. Then, as a surprise, and this isn't a spoiler, but we get a video package for the return of the Halloween Havoc as an NXT television special on October 28th. All right, so next up, we get the NXT Cruiserweight Championship match. Santos Escobar, which is the champ, versus Isaiah Scott. I'm just take a quick 10-second break. As y'all can see, my voice getting a little raspy, so I'm going to take a little water break, all right? Hold on. All right, I'm back. Now I sound much better, don't I? A little loud, but I sound much better. All right, so like I said, this is the NXT Cruiserweight Championship match, which is Santos Escobar, the champ, going up against Isaiah Swerve Scott. They lock up before exchanging arm drags and the head scissors before Santos gets two off of a roll up. Scott kicks Santos in the midsection before Santos hits a forearm and gets sent over the top rope and down onto the floor. Scott hits a dive, tosses Santos back into the ring for only Santos to get back up, and Scott hits a Fosbury flop. Back in the ring, Scott gets two before Escobar goes back out, and Scott focuses on joint manipulation. Back in the ring, Scott slams the arm of Santos into the mat before hitting a flying armbar. Santos scrambles to the bottom rope before Santos scrambles to the bottom rope before sending Scott out of the ring and hitting a suicide dive. Now back in the ring, Santos clotheslines Scott before sitting him on the top turnbuckle and hitting a Frankensteiner into the elbow drop for two. Now Santos mocks and slams Scott before Scott comes back with a flurry of punches and a clothesline. Santos rolls out of the ring before Scott boots him from the apron and tosses him back inside before hitting a rolling flatliner for two. Now Scott traps Santos into the corner into an implant DDT for two before Joaquin Wilde distracts the referee. Now Santos hits a shoulder breaker for a near fall off an distraction before Scott crotches Santos off the top rope. Scott hits a Frankensteiner with Santos on to Raul and Joaquin at ringside before Ashante Adonis comes out and fights Mendoza and Wilde to the back. Back in the ring, Santos hits the Phantom Driver for a near fall before hitting a Three Amigos. Scott avoids the dive by Santos and snaps his arm before hitting the house call into a 450 for a near fall. They spill into the ring and onto the floor before Scott falls backwards into the post. Back in the ring, Escobar then hits the double underhook facebuster for the pin to win. And there you have it. Santos Escobar retains his Cruiserweight Championships and go over Isaiah Swerve Scott via the pinfall. All right, now, so next up, we have the NXT Women's Championship match. And that's Io Shirai, the champ, going up against Candice LeRae. Now, they run the ropes before Io drops Candice repeatedly and sends her out of the ring before hitting an arm drag once Candice is back inside. Io lands on her feet when Candice goes for a monkey flip before Candice counters a power bomb off the apron. Io hits an acai moonsault and tosses Candice back into the ring before stomping her in the corner. Candice hits back a backstabber for two and follows up with the rear chin lock before snapping Io's neck. Candice hits a neck breaker for two before mocking Io and beating her down and smashing her face on the top turnbuckle. Now Io comes back with the forearm and a 619 into a springboard drop kick for two before Candice misses a springboard moonsault. Candice powerbombs Io off the top rope for a near fall. Io hits a Shote into a German suplex before Candice hits a German suplex into a backstabber and a springboard moonsault for a near fall. Now Io locks a crossface that Candice counters into a pin attempt for two before locking in the Gargano escape. Now Io gets to the bottom rope for a break before Candice inadvertently hits the referee and Io hits an air raid crash. Candice gets her knees up when Io goes for the moonsault, which launches Io into the referee, who falls out of the ring. Candice gets a near fall off of a fast count when Johnny Gargano comes in with a referee shirt and the referee recovers. The referee makes Johnny leave, and then Candice hits Io with the title belt for a very close near fall. Io then hits a Spanish fly from off the top into the moonsault for the pin to win. And there you have it, Io Shirai retaining it and going over and keeping her belt against Candice LeRae being a pinfall. Now, this was the dope part. After the match, Toni Storm shows up on the big screen and congratulates Io before telling her that she's back and intends to return to the NXT Women's Division upside down. Then we get a video package from the mysterious motorcyclist with Io still in the ring before the person comes out into the stage. The motorcyclist then takes off her helmet and reveals herself to be none other than the returning Ember Moon. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Ember Moon is coming back from that Achilles injury. All right, and then we go to commercial. Now, we come back from commercial, and backstage, Ashanti Adonis explained why he helped Isaiah Scott before cutting a rapping promo before we get a graphic for our main event that's up next. All right, folks, it's the main event. It's the NXT Championship. The champ, Finn Balor, going up against Kyle O'Reilly. Now, Kyle kicks Finn in the leg before they exchange standing switches, and Finn takes Kyle down. They grab onto the mat before Finn locks in a standing side headlock before grounding Kyle with it. Kyle hits a belly to back, but Finn keeps the headlock on before Kyle counters the sunset flip into an armbar. Finn gets to the top ropes for two before Kyle focuses on his left arm, and Kyle drops Finn and shoulder first into the mat. Kyle grounds Finn with a hammerlock before Finn gets to the ropes for the break and hits the basement drop kick. Finn locks in a straight armbar and ground Kyle with a hammerlock before Kyle gets to his feet. Finn elbows Kyle and chops him in the corner before Kyle comes back with a running forearm in the corner into several suplexes and a DDT for two. Kyle and Finn exchange until Finn drops Kyle and stomps him against the ropes. The referee backs Finn off, and Finn dives his shoulder into the midsection of Kyle and whips him sternum first into the corner. Finn traps Kyle into the ropes and kick him in the ribs before driving him onto the mat. Finn locks a variation of the camel clutch before locking in an abdominal stretch that Kyle gets free of and hits Finn with the bridging suplex for two. Kyle catches Finn coming in and kicks him in the knee when Finn goes for the shotgun drop kick. Finn locks another abdominal stretch before Kyle locks in a heel lock that Finn counters into a sharpshooter. Kyle gets to the bottom rope for a break before Finn stops and kicks him against the ropes. Finn stomps a bloody Kyle into the corner before Kyle comes back with a rebound lariat before they get to their feet, and Kyle counters the 1916. Kyle locks in a Stanley guillotine before transitioning to an arm bar. Finn stomps his way free when he rolls Kyle up. Finn hits the 1916 for a near fall before going up and top, and Kyle kicks his leg out before Kyle hits a pair of dragon screw leg whips. Kyle hits a diving knee into Finn tangle into the ropes before hitting a diving knee, dropping the Finn's knee, and locking in an Achilles lock. Kyle transitions into a heel hook, before locking in a double heel hook, and Finn gets to the top rope right before tapping. Gets to the bottom rope before tapping. Finn then comes back with a pair of jumping stomps into the coup de grace for the pin to win. And there you have it. You have Finn Balor retaining his NXT championship, going over Kyle O'Reilly via pinfall. Now, after the match, Finn helps Kyle up, and Kyle raises his arm before Ridge Holland shows up ringside and dumps an unconscious Adam Cole over the barrier and onto the floor at ringside before leaving Kyle and the rest of UE. Finn and the officials then rush to Adam's side as we go off the air. Alright, and there you have it. That was the NXT Takeover 31 special, which was, of course, Sunday now, because it's well after 12 o'clock when I'm recording this. But that was Sunday, October the 4th, 2020. And overall, and, of course, the J Raw Wrestling Podcast, Diameter Scale, I go a little higher than Uncle Dave. Shout out to Uncle Dave and Brian and the rest of the crew over there at 4W. But without a doubt, I'm going to give it a solid 7. And the reason why I'm going to give it a solid 7 is definitely like the women's match. The opening match was good. To me, the main event match was to be desired for. Out of 4 out of, well, I'll say 4 out of 5 stars. I give it about close to a 4. I give it a 3.9, close to a 4 for a main event. I will say this: it wasn't better than Clash of the Champions, that's for sure. Clash of Champions was good. I'll say it was. I haven't seen Victory Road yet, so far, like I said, I give it on the dime scale. I give it a solid 7. Give it a solid 7. All right, that's it. I'm proud of myself getting the rust off and giving y'all a good recap, even though I stumbled a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can tell, I'm a little rusty from last time I recorded in February. Here it is, October. You know what I'm saying? So, due to the pandemic reasons and everything else, life, y'all already know. So, keeping this thing under 30 minutes. So, real quick, I want to give all my shout outs. Definitely want to give a shout out to Fightful, where I was able to get the review. So, I was able to give y'all the recap. Shout out to my boy SRS, Jimmy Van Zandt, Mr. Warren Hayes, Alex with the Sour Grapes, everybody over there. Like I said, want to make sure to shout out my big bro, DJ Hardcore from DJ Hardcore Productions. Also shout out my biological big bro. You know what I'm saying? My big brother now. Shout out to Nose G, Reno Bryce, Flames the Vet. You know what I'm saying? Shout out KJ and the rest of the, One Struggle fam. Also want to make sure to shout out of course, my bros, Russell Cave. Gotta make sure to shout out Russell Cave. Shout out Geechee Geech and 30 Case. What up? Like I said, once again, guys, congratulations on the nuptials. Also want to make sure to shout out all the Facebook wrestling groups I'm in. Your boy, I stay in. I'm gonna get them this new content. They're gonna be glad to see I got a new podcast that just dropped. And I want to shout out, of course, Russell Cave. Want to shout out True Hill. Shout out Sid Puller. I see you doing them articles on Sportskeeda. That's a good look. You know what I'm saying? I like to see brothers doing good things like that. So shout out my boy Sid Puller III. Want to shout out Russell Marks everywhere. My boy Dwight. You know what I'm saying? I see Young getting big. That's my boy White right there. That's a good brother. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much it. You'll be able to catch the J Raw Wrestling Podcast on the One Struggle Radio Podcast Network. We at Castbox at castbox.fm, on Spreaker at One Struggle Radio. Of course, you can catch us on the Tube, catch us on the YouTube. I'll have this up within probably sometime tomorrow when I get off of work. I'll probably have it up on the channel. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, make sure that you guys stay safe. For sure, make sure you wear your mask, wash your hands. One thing I'm going to leave you guys with on this note is just make sure to count your blessings. And if you're able to pay it forward or help somebody out in these times, do what you can, because, things are rough out here. That's pretty much it. It's the J Raw Wrestling Podcast, and it's the NXT Takeover 31 recap. Peace.